just awareness. It's acceptance. It's an understanding that, okay, maybe I think these things, or maybe I see things the way they are that lead me to this. But it's really accepting, understanding, you know what, every time I want to do something for myself first, I feel guilty. I really understand that's how I feel. Like, rather than just, yeah, I kind of think that sometimes, like, and just glossing over it. Really get into the space of, every time I want to charge money for something that means something to me, for my valuable services, I have a hard time telling people my price. Not only am I aware, I accept the reality of that circumstance, and now I'm ready for change. Do we understand how that works? And a lot of women, and everyone in particular, when they look at themselves or their kids even, they say, yeah, I feel that way, but I'm fine. Like, I do feel that way. I do say mean things to myself in the mirror, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. I mean, look at me. So you've got to get to a point where you're actually willing to just accept that it's hurting you. Accept that there's something that's blocking you because of it, and now you can choose a different thought. And when do you choose to say different things to yourself? When do you choose to start creating a new different thought pattern? Pardon? When you're ready? No, but like, let's say you say something, when they get bad enough. But let's say you're about to give your price to someone, okay? So you're about to press send on your email with your prices, or you're about to send them your flyer or whatever, just as an example. When do you give yourself this affirmation, this new brain programming? Pardon? Yeah. Before you send it, you want to bless whatever you're doing with positive, proper energy. So you take a deep oxy breath in. I deserve to be paid for the value I deliver. Send. Otherwise, you're sending it based on money goes where, what flows. Yeah, don't be sending it with a guilt energy, right? So give yourself the oxy breath, open up prosperity before you go out and have dinner with yourself, right? My body deserves to enjoy every meal. Whatever it is you want to say to yourself, almost like a new type of prayer, yeah?
I was going to say the one that surprised me was the having money I would feel vulnerable. And, I've always heard this thing about fear of success, which didn't really ever make sense, but when you say it, put it that way about feeling vulnerable, having money, I never thought of it that way. That was very intriguing to me.
I'm so glad you think that way. And the most of the time, especially people who are natural givers and supporters, think that if I had more money, then I would be responsible even more for everyone else. If I had more money, then I would have to be a better accountant and manage it more, and I don't want that responsibility. If I had to work more, I would sacrifice my family, so I can't grow my business. I'm already exhausted and overwhelmed. How can I ask myself to do more? Do you want to grow your business? Oh, yes. Like consciously you think, absolutely, I want, but underneath it all, you have to start really listening to what is truly at work. So let's end the session. I mean, listen, this is like a full day workshop. We do so many wonderful things. And I put this on the board, which is something called the Mentor Circle. So we have an amazing online program. It's local in Toronto too, but the online program is something called the Courageous Living Mentor Circle, where it's a 6-month program. It's, I think, $30 a session or something. It costs virtually nothing. We give a lot of the money to charity because it's a philanthropic, venture where we want women to come and create their new chapter of their life. So it's important for us to understand that every goal that we set has a 6-stage life cycle. Vision, breaking it down step by step, understanding our negative patterns that hold us back, turning breakdowns into breakthroughs, understanding how to take action before we even achieve clarity, and of course celebrating our successes. How many of you are good at celebrating your success? Good for you. I love to see hands going up. I know that there's a lot of women that are like, yeah, that was good, next, without really even celebrating, right? So if you're interested in more information about that, the next one that starts is in July. It's July 22nd. And you can just go to courageousliving.com and do the Mentor Circle and just take a look at what the videos are, see what access there is for you, because if you want to start to create the next chapter of your life and change your mind programming, this is a perfect place to start. We love supporting you. So on your card, what we're going to do is say this in unison, okay? The part of your card that says, I listen with love to my body's messages. So what's important for you to understand is that this is part of a 6-step process of the blueprint of self-sabotage. When you get wired in your mind with a negative program, it expresses itself in 2 ways. Either by negative mind chatter, so it starts telling you things that are negative, Or it affects your body. You start feeling tired when you need to do that very thing you've been planning on. You start getting a headache when you need to start doing the thing that you've been waiting to do. You start feeling nauseous, right? Do we agree? And so oftentimes, because the subconscious mind controls the body, if you don't address the issues that have been programmed in your youth, and you keep moving forward in conflict, at war with yourself and your life, your mind eventually creates some form of illness in your body to slow you down enough so that you can take the time and start really looking after yourself. Any kind of anxiety attack, panic attack, illness is simply your body calling you home. Stop supporting everyone else and start to look at yourself. But we want to do, we want to be proactive, right? We want to do preventative things. So what you have in front of you is your multivitamin for the mind. So on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to say, on the side where it says, I listen with love to my body's messages, we're going to read it out loud together. So let's take a deep oxy breath in. I listen with love to my body's messages. I feel the vibrant wellness in my body increase every day. I am healthy, whole, and complete. I am loving and lovable, and I find love everywhere. I live in harmony and balance with everyone I know. I love myself, therefore I attract loving people into my life. I love and approve of myself, and I am at peace. I release the past, and I am free to love fully in the present. I see gifts and opportunities in every situation I experience. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. I love my work and earn a good income. I work with people I like who honor and respect me. I create my life. I deserve happiness and prosperity. I trust the process of life to bring only good to me. All is well in my world. I am safe. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you feel emotional or vulnerable reading any of these, it's your mind telling you this is exactly the vitamin that I need to be receiving every day because that's where I've been lacking. I am so starved. Do we agree? Yes. Okay, let's take a nice deep oxy breath in. Please stand up for a moment. Take a nice stretch before we hear our next presenter. Good. Raise your arms up in the air.
Take a nice deep breath in. And stretch even further out to embrace all the goodness that you have. And say, I love my life! I love my life! Thank you.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tanya. That was awesome. I am personally in my own battle in my mind right now because I was on the treadmill and I hit 5 miles before I came here. So I am continually battling working with my body to let it know that it's not on the treadmill right now. So please bear with me. I just want to back up a lot of what Tanya said to give you guys a little bit of information about myself. I come from Utah, and I come from what is a fundamentalist Mormon family. And that means that my father had 5 wives, and I am one of his 34 children. And speaking about these neural pathways or beliefs that were formed, you mentioned in the womb, my parents, my grandparents, I don't know how far back in my ancestry, they all believed that they had to live this fundamentalist lifestyle things. So here I am, a young boy, and from as long as I can remember, I am taught that in order for me to have a relationship with my Creator, I have to marry 3 women. And honestly, my friends, that didn't resonate with me. I had no interest in doing that. However, it was programmed in my DNA. So I'm going to go a little bit further on the releasing these neural pathways in my personal case, in order for me to release these beliefs and these behaviors, I actually studied into techniques such as EFT, which is emotional tapping therapy. Is that right? Okay, thanks. All I know is it works. So I had to go a step further than just saying, I don't believe this and I'm embracing new ideas. I had to actually do action with my body where I would continually program into myself these new beliefs. So to back up what Tanya said, as far as these new power statements and phrases towards yourself, science has found out that neural networks or neural pathways beliefs, they don't just stop with, okay, I'm done, I don't have this belief anymore. This is a daily work that you have to continue to invest your time, your emotions into. Moving a little forward in my life, I'm a contractor and I became very successful as a young man. I started my construction business when I was 18. By the time I was 19, I was a multimillionaire. By the time I was 20, I was beginning to go bankrupt because I was comfortable with a couple $100,000. But when it got into a couple $1 million, that's where I was like, whoa, I don't know if I'm worthy. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here to deserve all this, and I self-sabotaged myself. Ultimately, my business ended up in bankruptcy because of this. So these are some of these things. I mean, I'm here to tell you firsthand that it's not just women that struggle with these beliefs and changing our neural pathways and our habits. Us men deal with them too. We have all of our emotions and our insecurities and our fears, but today I've rebuilt my businesses, I've rebuilt my life, and I'm living proof that you can create new beliefs. Today, I don't believe that I need to marry multiple women. And thank you. Today, I have a fantastic relationship with my Creator, and I've been able to release everybody else's ideas and beliefs on what that looks like, and I've created my own beliefs, relationships. So just backing everything Tanya said, this stuff really does work. So my advice or challenge to you, if you really want to change your thought patterns, it's a daily work. Continue to do it. Continue to envision it. Continue to work on it.